Welcome to the Previously On podcast, the show that reminds you why that one scene still lives rent-free in your head. I'm your host, Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos,
Giovanni. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Previously On.
Okay, so today we are recapping Project Runway Season 21, Episode 8. And so if you're new here, we're going to run down who is still here and who's not. So we have Casey eliminated, we have Alex eliminated, we have Angelo eliminated, Giovanni's daddy. We have our fave, Joseph McCrae, eliminated. We have Madeline eliminated. Oh, it was Miss Joan eliminated. And then at the beginning of episode 8, we see that Yu Chin is unfortunately eliminated, which made sense because it was his time to go. He gave us a lackluster streetwear challenge, but then also gave us that very uninspired country western outfit as well. But shout out to Cowboy Carter for inspiring Yu Chin's outfit. That was horrible. So that leaves VJ, Antonio, and Melania, Jesus, and Ethan going into episode 8. Now, episode 8 is a different kind of challenge. It is the client challenge. So we all know as designers, you are going to be designing clothes for real people. And so this challenge, they had to design clothes for individuals who have eczema. And this one was a really, I would say, special episode. One for me because I do suffer from eczema. And so I know that sometimes it's really difficult if you have a flare up to wear certain clothes. I don't like to wear clothes with my arms out because I have like some dark spots and stuff. So I'm very subconscious of it. I just got into like wearing shorts because I would have never wore shorts before. And that's just something I'm getting like used to.
Yeah, and I mean, knowing you, I know there's been certain times where you're like, oh my God, that's really cute, but I can't wear that because you don't want people to see the eczema. So I knew when I was watching it, I was like, Will's gonna really love this episode.
Yeah. And I think it's something that a lot of people, when you don't suffer from eczema, you don't think about it. But when you do suffer from, it could be eczema, it could be psoriasis or any other like skin condition. It is stuff that you're really self-conscious about. And so there is spots on me where I'm like, I really can't show it. Not somebody else may say, oh no, it's not a problem. But for me, it's just like, oh yeah, no. But it's something I had to get over, or still trying to navigate like where I feel comfortable in terms of what clothes I wear, what I don't wear. I do know that sometimes people's like, oh, why do you still have a jacket on and it's sunny outside and it's hot outside? Well, that's because I really can't let the sun burn me. And so the jacket holds the heat. And so I'm okay. But on the outside looking in, people's like, why you have a jacket on? I'm like, because like my arms.
Because I can, bitch. The fuck?
Right. And I'm like, my skin. But with that aside, they had two parts. One, obviously, this is a client challenge, so they have to make sure they appease the client. And two, they had to have a reveal within their garment. So I had to do two things, and that's kind of hard because as a designer, you always want to make sure that you appeal to your client, but you still want to make sure you stay true to yourself as a designer as well.
Absolutely.
And we've both seen episodes of Project Runway where that always is a clash, right? Like, how do you make sure the client is happy, but also stay true to who you are as a designer?
Yeah. And I think that's something that designers face all the time, like a challenge that designers face all the time. Like, yes, we want to stay true to your vision, but at the same time, we got to make sure it's known that, hey, this is a so-and-so creation. So yeah, I agree with you that like it's absolutely something that's necessary and they have to be able to do in order to be a successful designer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think for this challenge, a few of them kind of got lost with still trying to make the client happy, but also remembering that they are in a competition. And then on the other hand, we had one of the twins, spoiler alert, Jesus, who wanted to just throw his aesthetic on the client, and the client was not with it. What got me a little upset at Jesus's client, just a tad bit, was like, oh, but this is really feminine. and I don't want to like, oh, I don't want to look like I'm feminine. And in my head, I'm like, no, why would you? What? Like, why do we put these? Oh, I don't know what it is. Why do we put these ideas or just saying, oh, well, like, hey, this is feminine and this is masculine? Why do we put these labels on clothes?
Because gender is a social construct. No, but for real, it's like I at least when I shop for clothes, I literally don't look at whether it's male or female or typically what should be male or female. I just go by vibes. I'm like, oh, this is cute. And there's been several times where I'm like out shopping with my mom and like I'll be like, oh my god, I love this. She'll be like, but that's the girl section. I'll be like, so what? I don't care. It's cute. I said it's cute. I want it. That's it. Like it shouldn't matter. Um, but unfortunately, we do live in a world where gender norms kind of dictate what we should and shouldn't wear, which I think sucks because there's a lot of things that I think that are typically seen as females clothing that men could rock and vice versa. But because we are indoctrinated with like, no, that's too girly or that's too manly, we choose a certain style, and I think that's bullshit. Honestly, like you should be able to wear whatever the
Yeah,
fuck you want.
right. I agree. No, I want to just clarify. Obviously, I don't expect men to wear bras, right? If you want to wear a bra, wear a bra. But I'm not talking about that. Like, also, like panties. If you want to wear panties, wear panties. I'm not saying that. There's certain clothes that, yes, are females, and there's certain clothes that's for males. I get that. But I'm thinking, like, in terms of like boyfriend jeans, right? Like, boyfriend jeans came out of females wearing their boyfriend's jeans, and then designers made boyfriend jeans for females. So, or like, girls want to wear like t-shirt dresses. The t-shirt dress came from, oh, my girlfriend is wearing my shirt and it happens to be a bigger size than she is, and so it fits her like a dress. And so designers made the t-shirt dress. And so that became a thing, right? And so girls accessorize it with belts and whatever. And so that's where I look at it. Like, a girl wearing a t-shirt dress doesn't make her masculine.
No, absolutely not. But also, can I say, I hate, absolutely hate the test. I deplore like the words male and female. I don't know why, but when people say it, I just get like a visceral reaction where I'm like, "Ugh, no, why are you belittling people to the sex that they were assigned at birth? For me, it's like, uh, don't want to hear it, don't want to talk about it. Like, no,
Yes, but I also think you feel that way because you are non-binary, right? So that
yeah,
you don't have you're not part of this of a particular binary, and I think that makes sense because
yeah,
sometimes, like me, I'm coming into my non-binary isms lately as I get older. I'm like,
I
well, I
love
really
that.
feel like I'm not a part of like any binary or typical thing, right? Because me, I'll go put nail polish on, I'll go whatever. I'm like, ooh, I want a wig. Ooh, let me put this on. Right. So as more as I get older, I'm like, okay, yes, I don't fit in a certain like binary, which makes sense. But I think you have that because you are non-binary, right? Like, that's why. So for you, you're like, wait, this is all a construct. Why do I need to do this? I don't need to put myself in a box. I can be anything I want, which is true.
Yeah, no, that and like honestly, there's a lot of times that when I'm at work and people will be like, "Yo, bro," or like, "Hey, sir," and I'm like, "Mm, don't know." I mean, I never respond to it, but inside I'm like, that makes me feel.
Yeah. And I just love that we had the discussion because of Jesus's client saying no, he didn't want to be like he didn't want to
Yeah,
wear something that reminded him of femininity. And I just thought that was really interesting because what Jesus was making for him wasn't necessarily feminine, but to hit in his mind it was.
yeah, no, I think it all just comes down to like masculinity is very fragile, which is like a whole different episode we have to talk about. Like this is not
Mm,
the moment to have the conversation. Um, because girl,
sure.
that's like a whole
Sure.
2 hour episode. But I forgot what I was saying. Honestly, like, girl, gender is a social construct.
It
Just wear
is.
whatever the fuck you want. That's all I gotta say.
It's true. And clothes is supposed to make you feel good, like this episode. This episode was to highlight um something that they probably wouldn't have highlighted in a norm because they
Hmm.
have a skin condition like eczema. So, first up, we have Antonio. What did you think of this look on his client?
For me, it's a yes, ma'am. No,
Wrong pod.
sorry, wrong pod. I just realized that at the same time. No, uh, actually, no, it's not even a turn on. For me, it's like a low volume. It's a very, very, very cute black dress. Yes, it is a perfect black dress. But for somebody who has eczema, this is a lot of skin showing. A lot of skin. Like you were even just saying that, like with your arms, you don't want to show them. Like this is a lot of skin showing. Legs, arms, chest. Like I don't. Mm. So for me, it's like a low volume. It's a cute black dress though.
Yeah. I gave this a turn on because this little black dress, she said that she was taking medication to calm her flare ups. So she wanted to show off for more of her skin because she's on a new like regimen, which
Mm.
more power to you. I just know those steroids are really strong because I try them and I'm like, whoa, these steroids, these injections, whatever you get, they're really strong. So if you're doing it, go ahead, girl. I think for the challenge, he made her feel really, really sexy. But I do agree with you that this is a simple black dress. There's nothing that is wow. There's nothing intricate about this dress. So Antonio doesn't get points for originality, but he got points for making his client feel good.
Yeah, yeah, that yes. But it at the end of the day, it's just a little black dress that everyone can do.
Yes, you're 100% right. And then that brings us over to Jesus. What did you think of this look on his client?
I really like this. I genuinely really like this. It's giving me like high fashion Jack Sparrow, and I mean that in the absolute best way possible. Like I adore the shirt that he made. Like I want that shirt. I love the styling of this. I love the coat. For me, this was a turn on.
This was a turn off, and not because the clothes were bad. It's because they didn't fit properly. They didn't fit properly at all. They were really baggy, they were really droopy, right? And so the overall it took me out of the design because it didn't fit properly. And then on top of that, the client didn't really feel comfortable wearing the clothes. And I think it was mostly like the blouse. I don't think he wanted in his mind if it fit him like a blouse, even though technically this is not really like a blouse, but in his mind he was like, oh, the blouse. He didn't like
And
it.
there's nothing wrong with the blouse. We all love a feminine top.
True. This is true. But this whole look just was the fit wasn't there. Jesus missed a fit. He could have took some things in because his client was a little muscular, right? Had a nice body, so he had some room to take things in and make it fit his client more.
I mean, yes, I still think it's a really cute shirt. I want that shirt.
You would want that shirt,
I
yes,
know.
100% you would, yes. But then the jacket was too long, also, and the client wanted something shorter. I think more of like maybe a motorcycle style, which I think would have been really cute to put the client in like a motorcycle jacket. Not with this look, because I
That was
don't
about
think
to
it would
say,
have fit with a
n-
motorcycle jacket.
not with
No,
this look.
but if he would have made a motorcycle jacket, I think the client probably would have been more inclined to say, "Ooh, all right," and try new things. But he gave him like a wool coat, and it kind of made him feel old.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about that. Anyway,
I mean, that's what those two get for flirting with each other. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, they were flirting with each other. Yes. And then we have VJ. What did you think of VJ's look on this client?
this was a turn off for me. It's a cute shirt. Would I wear that? Honestly, probably yes. But this for me gave very generic, something I could like pull off the rack, like something I could go to like Macy's or Nordstrom and just buy. Like this wasn't innovative at all. This wasn't original. It was just I was like, oh, I've seen that before.
I agree. This was a turn off as well. And one of the main reasons this was a turn off, well, there was two. The first reason is it's uninspired. We've seen this. This
Yeah,
is pants, a little jacket, and a sweater. We've seen that. Second reason why it was a turn off is because there was no reveal. uh Taking the jacket off into a sweater,
not
guys.
a review.
I'm gonna look in the camera, right? Because we've recapped numerous TV shows and we've seen numerous runways where a reveal is transforming something that we have not seen, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're taking it from one thing to the next. And taking off the jacket and then having you get into like a sweater or a shirt, it's not a reveal. That's just you taking something off of yourself. like That's it. You're just taking something off.
Very much that.
I
Like
hate to break it to y'all. No.
this is not a reveal at all. Like this is like the drag race girls coming out in like a cape and just being like, "Oh, look at this now." Like, no, girl, we knew that was coming.
Same. And it was not a reveal. And so VJ tried to play this off like it was a reveal. And Law was like, girl, this is not a reveal. So no. Which let's move on to Bolania. What did you think about this look on her client?
This was a mute for me. I think it's cute. I like the material that was used. I love that fact that it's like all black. It's very dark. It's like it gives me Underworld vibes. Like you know that movie series, which I love, is one of my favorite movie series of all time. Um, but I just feel like it was a little basic, but it was cute. But like not like I wasn't wowed by it.
This is a turn off. It was a hodgepodge mess. And you know I stan Bologna. You know I live for Bologna. Like if you've been watching the episodes, I love Bologna. I think it's something about Bologna that's so fashion forward and so fresh and so young and vibrant. She's coming into her style as a streetwear designer. I don't get none of that from this. I think Bologna was so caught up with her client not liking silver and not liking glitter that it took her and it threw her for a loop, that she made something totally weird, and not weird in a good way. This was weird in a very like hodgepodge. She gave her a skirt and a shirt and it was a lot of stuff happening and it was not okay.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay,
Yes. And so last but not least, we have Ethan. What did you think of Ethan's look on his client?
turn off. I'm sorry. I usually love Nathan's looks, but this to me gave like litmus test gone wrong. Like it was not brown cow stunning.
Screaming because I got the reference. I don't know sure if everybody else would get the reference, but I got the reference. I gave this a turn on. I actually really enjoyed it. I would say the one thing, because it's a Rorschach test, the one thing I would have
That
liked, and I think, and I agree, yes, and I agree with the judges, is that the pattern should have been on the outside.
not me saying the wrong test.
The litmus test, yeah. But not a Rorschach, yes. Um, yeah, yes, very much.
Wait, what's a litmus
Yes.
test then?
Apparently, a litmus test is, oh my god, what is a litmus test? It's like when they need to when they're trying to figure something out.
Wasn't that all the tests?
I don't know how to put it into words. No, but I don't know how to put it into words. Like this is a litmus test to see if you'll be able to do something, right? It's kind of like a fact finder.
Let me look this up real quick. A litmus test is a
Yeah.
definitive, simple indicator used to determine the true nature. What? Oh,
Yes.
uh,
So it's trying to figure out like who you are as a person, right? Like this is the litmus test to so and so. Yeah.
uh, I'm not smart enough for this.
Yes. Yes. But the Rorschach is what it's like the
I
ink
know there's like,
blots,
what
right?
do you see?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Watchmen, which is a really good comic book and show and movie. Just say. So it's really
My
good.
God, should we do a rewatch of that?
Listen, I'm with you if we want to. But Ethan, I liked it. The only thing I wish the pattern would have been on the outside of the coat because the outside of the coat just looked like a hospital gown.
Yes, that looked like a Dalmatian gone wrong. Like it looked like Cruella de Vil skinned them incorrect.
And I don't know what it is, but Ethan, he for some reason is scared to snatch the waist. I don't know. Like as a drag queen, you would think that he would know to snatch the waist in, but for these last couple of challenges, he's not trying to snatch the waist in.
But he also never snatches his waist in like that. Like he's like Ethan is like Utica is not a queen. Like when I think about them, is like somebody that's gonna give me a snatched waist. So I'm not completely surprised.
So that's probably why, because that's been Low's critique for the last couple of episodes, is that Ethan needs to snatch the waist and fix the
Mhm.
boobs.
Clearly, he's never touched one in his life.
Yeah, but well, I guess with drag queens it's different because the boob area is like the breastplate, so it may fit a little differently, but it should still be the same.
But also, like Utica's not a breast queen. Like she does not like try to have breasts while she's doing drag. So I kind of understand why Ethan wouldn't necessarily know how to get the breast proportions right because he's not a breastplate queen at all.
Hmm. This is true. You make a really good point. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, makes sense. But here we go. Here's the top looks. Antonio and VJ are the top two of the week, and Antonio wins his first challenge. Now, I agree with Antonio winning. I think he made his client feel really good. Two, he had a really cute reveal. So it was a coat, and then and it was like a coat dress, and then they came into this. He revealed into a short little black dress. So those two things, I give him credit. VJ, no, there was no reveal, and this was an uninspired design, and so I didn't really agree with VJ being in the top. I would have preferred Ethan to be in the top. I said I agree with Antonio being in the top, but I didn't agree with VJ being in the top.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think Ethan should have been the top, but I do think VJ should have been the bottom for this look because this is just incredibly basic.
But they can't just have one winner. Well, no, they did it before. They did just because, yeah, they did just do one winner because everybody else was horrible. Yeah, they did it with the
And it
country. No, the country challenge was good. They did it with the streeter. What episode they did it where everyone was bad, and so we knew who the tops and the bottoms were.
girl, I don't remember. We're watching too many seasons at
Any,
this point right now.
anyways, your brain, yes. Now the bottom looks are Jesus, Melania, and Ethan, and at the end of episode 8, Heidi says, Jesus and Melania, you both go home.
I was gagged. I was so gagged. I was not expecting that generally at all. I was like, when she said you're both going home, I was like, what? Well, she said you're both out. I was like, what? Both of them? I was gagged.
Yeah, and I said this before we started filming, but I honestly think that for the cliffhanger of it all, the effect, yes, it's like, oh, you're both out. But I do believe Christian is going to use a Siriano save, and he's going to save one of them. And I honestly think that he is going to save Jesus. Just
Absolutely.
I think he's going to save Jesus, even though I think he should save Melania, but he's going to save Jesus.
I just think overall Jesus has done better in the competition, so I think it makes more sense to save him. And story wise, production wise, it does make more sense to save him rather than Belani.
Actually, for storyline, it makes more sense to save Bologna than
No.
Jesus. Yeah, because we get to see Antonio and see if Antonio can do designs and not rely on his brother being there.
Yes, that, but also I think it'd be more interesting for them both to make it to the top four and then they both end up in the bottom together and one of them has to be eliminated.
Oh, so you saying that they're gonna be in the bottom?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
So you saying the twins
That
are bottoms?
oh, girl, have you seen them? Yeah. Ain't no
We literally just
those
got finished
chihuahuas
talking about how,
those chihuahuas have not topped a damn day in their life.
come on, Georges.
That they're very much giving Georges.
Okay. Now, yes, I think for storyline purposes, if you put Jesus and Antonio on the bottom for a challenge, and then one of the twins has to go, then obviously we know that Antonio will be the one going. And for production, that would be a really great story arc. I also think for production, for us to know, for Heidi to let us know at the ending of last episode that they're both out. I thought that was a really good, so now we definitely need to stay tuned and see who's going to be in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is the first
because
episode
this season is going by really quick.
It is, but this is also the first episode in the season where they let us know who gets eliminated at the end of the episode. So I agree with you where it's like they wouldn't let us know that unless there was something that was gonna happen in the next episode that shakes things up. So I do think one of them is gonna be saved, and I do think it will be Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. If this episode had y'all screaming or scratching, because with eczema you may have to scratch because whatever. And I can say that because I have eczema, so it's no shade.
I
but
mean,
whatever. Make sure you
I was gonna say I have seborrheic dermatitis, so
that's eczema.
No, it's not. It's different, girl.
It's not. It literally is the scientific name for eczema. For eczema.
No, no, it's not. Because I don't get it all over my body. I only get it around my chin, my nose, and my scalp. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
eczema you
Yeah.
could get everywhere.
It
It's
literally
different,
is.
girl.
It's a form of
It's
eczema. It's a
I don't
form
know
of
if it's a
eczema.
form. It's not though. It's something different because it
It
literally comes.
is. Google it.
I have googled it
It
several
is. I
times.
swear. Google it. I swear. It's a form of eczema. Yeah.
It's not though because it's a different
Yeah.
treatment. It's a different
It
treatment.
is.
All right, I need to.
There,
I
because
need.
it's a different form of eczema.
If there's a dermatologist watching this for some reason, I don't know why you would, but you should. But let us know. Dermat seborrheic dermatitis is the same thing as eczema, or is it a type of eczema, or is it something completely different? Just let us know.
You heard it here. All right. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of the Previously On podcast. And by the way, this is probably one of our most unhinged episodes of the Previously On podcast. So, like, comment, and subscribe. You heard me. I said what I said. So,